Now, we're going to talk about the different methods that you use to analyze, but basically, if we got the data, which are the facts, we got the baselines, which we compare again, we got the analysis methods, we got this thing beat, right? We know exactly how we're going to check our progress as we go through. So that's awesome. Now, as we go down here, I want to talk about what's happening. Now, we are in plan versus actual land, right? That's monitoring and controlling. So what feeds into it? Now we know direct and managed project work, that's where we produce all our deliverables. But more importantly, right here with the information flow, we're producing data, facts, details related to it. And the way I want you to see it, because I need you to see it and feel it, guys. I need you to see stacks of paper or an Excel sheet that's just got data point after data point after data point, or an SAP that's full of information, all right? I need you to see all those facts right there. Now the realization is there. It's just hard to get to, okay? It's just hard to get to. So what do we need to do? We got to go to all these processes: control scope, control schedule, control cost, quality, all the way down to monitor stakeholder engagement. It's either control or monitor leads into these processes. Basically what we're doing is looking about what reality is versus what we thought it should be, the plan. And we're saying, what's going on? Is it bad? Do we need to do something? So while we go through that, the way we get that realization, that aha, is we do data analysis. So I said that monitoring and controlling could be called plan versus actual. It could also be called aha. Now I see. That would be a little bit longer name, but I like that name better. So what we're trying to get to is that aha, okay? Through data analysis. Now, the way to visualize that, see that guy. See that guy. That's the guy doing his analysis with the computer, and he's working through it and he's making sense of it. Each one of those processes, I like to think of everything as a factory. Each individual factory, control scope, control schedule, whatever. Now, each one of those factories only pulls the data that's related to it. So control cost pulls the cost related data, and it does its analysis that way. All right. And it pops out information, realizations relative to cost. Same thing happened for the person that does it for scope or for risk or for stakeholder engagement. You learn that section. That's what they're doing. They're getting a realization in that section, and they're specialized. And that information that they produce is valuable because we know. So that's cool. So the common data analysis techniques that all these people use, they don't use them all, but we need to know them. We don't have to memorize the details of like which ones are used there right off the bat. We just need to understand what are they. Now, it could be variance analysis. Now, what that means is we plan to be here, we're actually here. There's a difference called a variance. What's up with the variance? Why? Is it bad? Do we need to do something? That's variance. Trend is all about how we're going, how we're progressing, what the pace is like. Like, oh, we were really bad, but we're getting better. The trend is heading up. Awesome. We could do that. We can also do root cause. We have a problem. Let's figure out why, what we can do to eliminate it, put some changes around it. Awesome. Now, also alternatives. We could do A, we could do B. They're going to do all this kind of like, thinking and white hatting, red hatting, whatever, against all these ideas. So that's what they're doing with alternates. What if analysis? They might say, what if this happened? What would happen to our results? So they're looking across all these different scenarios or methods of analysis to get a realization and aha. All right. We could also go deep into the details, the technical performance analysis, like, the welding statistics or welding results, the graphs that are going through here, all the drawings. Technically, we can go deep into that. Also, we could do EVA, earned value analysis. I love earned value management. Okay. It is fun. And so you should too. But what we're trying to do is put a numerical value against our performance. What is quantifiably our performance and our health of our project? We could do that type of analysis. Or we could look at reserve analysis. Remember in risk, we said the known, unknown risk, we have contingency reserves against those. How much of that money have we spent? How many risks have we realized? And the management reserves, unknown risk, how much of that have we spent? So we got to look at those. All those things bring understanding. Aha, we might say. Now, wait till you see the aha guy. Boom! That aha guy's like, I can't believe it. You guys figured this stuff out. So the work performance information, that's what we're trying to get through. Now, it seems boring, but think about that guy. He's pumped for this work performance information because what does it create? It creates understanding. All right. And what are we trying to do through this whole project? Bring alignment to reality about what's happening, what we're delivering. And this is that bridge. This is that feedback loop that's going to help us get there. Now, what I need you to think about is, if you ran a project, would you have each one of these people who did this realization, those individual guys like that right there in the middle doing the analysis with the charts and stuff, would you want them to go out and email their findings excitedly or pessimistically to the world, to the stakeholders, to the team, to the sponsor, to the whatever? You want all these chickens going out shooting stuff? No, you do not, because it doesn't tell you the big picture, right? And it's not a controlled story that's leading people in a direction that we need to lead them. So we take that information and we use it. We could also have change requests that will be dealt with later, but that information, as we talk about, this is what's happening from a high level. We're taking that data in. If you go back to every ITO, you're going to see the same pattern. I am visualizing something for you that you'll never have a problem with again. You're going to go back and you go like, oh my God, now I see it. When you go back to every single control or monitoring process in the monitoring controlling process group, you're going to see data on the input. You're going to see different kinds of analysis, and you're going to see as the key output information. Now, you might see different kinds of analysis in there, and think about those like genes. Now, I'm not a gene expert, obviously, and I'm not talking about Levi's. I'm talking about the things in your body, right? So you have all those different methods of analysis. What we're doing here is different one of these, like the control cost versus schedule versus scope guys, they're going to use different ones of those analysis techniques. So what you got to do is just go down there and say, okay, Mr. Cost Analyzer guy, which ones are you using? Oh, earned value analysis makes sense. Variance analysis, I can see why that would be useful. Trend and reserve, that's money related. Okay, I can dig it. And so you're going to look that way. Really going to help you understand it at a deeper level. Okay, so understand that flow with it. It's not a flow as we see it here. Okay, so now let's re-baseline where we are right now. We got the data. They did the analysis. We got the aha guy to get information. Now, we don't want everybody sending it out. We got to bring all this stuff together because cost might be bad, schedule might be okay, quality might be in the middle. Everybody might be everywhere as far as these things. We need to bring it to monitoring and controlling project work. This guy up here, this guy is our grand synthesizer. See him in your brain. He's the guy that's putting all the information together, mixing it around, looking at the big picture, looking at how we've done, how we project to do in the future, how we're doing now. He's mixing it all together. That's why I put this crazy scientist-looking synthesizer guy in here with this little, I think it's an Erlenmeyer flask. I'm not sure, but it's in there. It's got smoke. They're doing some work. They're thinking about things. What he's doing is he's putting together this big report that summarizes how we're doing. This isn't a one-time thing. This is an every week or whatever thing, okay? Where we're saying, ooh, this is the narrative about how we're doing. We're doing well, we're not doing well, and here's how we're going to tell the story and keep people informed. Because what are we trying to do? Create alignment and drive people to the actions that we want them to take to support us in delivering the goodness that we're going to deliver through this project. So this grand synthesizer man with his crazy hair is super important to bring all that information together, put it into a report. Beautiful. Now, you want that guy sending off that email and doing the details? Probably not. He's good at what he does. He's a grand synthesizer. He's not a grand communicator, okay? Now, what we do is we take that report and we put it down to communications back in the executing process group. That's cool. And that managed communications is where the actual communications go out to the world, right? To our project world. All right. And so based on this, the communication management plan, the stakeholder engagement plans, different people need different information at different frequency and quantities and stuff. This communication department, you probably got a communication department in your company. That's what they do. They parse up the information, they play it out, they send it out, they make sure the emails have been sent, what do they call it? SharePoints have been updated, all the documents have been updated, all right? And then they get it out there. Maybe the sponsor wants all the information, or maybe he just wants the summary, or maybe he just wants a little briefing, whatever. All the team wants certain things. This key stakeholder wants something else. They go out there and they package it and send it out. Now, don't want to tell you anything you don't already know, but you know the guys that read the news on the news, they don't actually write the news. They just read the news. They package the news. They send it out. That's how it goes. That's what's happening here. The grand synthesizer packages the information that's done by the deep analyzer guys, and it all flows together. That's how we keep alignment. This one is my favorite. It's the overall favorite for me. I love this one. And not only the flows, the wraparoundness, but the iterative nature of how we're driving alignment and engagement. Love it. All right. So that's what we're trying to do here. Now,